And a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to Lamel Family Field on the campus of Brevard College. Reserves men's soccer action coming up shortly as the Tornadoes Reserves men's soccer program with their season finale hosting the Mars Hill Lions, who make the trip from just up the road, a little north of Asheville, and down here in Transylvania County this evening for Brevard and Mars Hill Reserves men's soccer. So looking forward to this one as Mars Hill won the first meeting in the season opener for the Tornadoes 2-1. And rematch here in the season finale for the Tornadoes men's reserved squad. Stick with us. We'll bring you all the action. About 13 and a half minutes to scheduled kickoff here at Lamel Family Field.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Lamel Family Field for Brevard College men's soccer. Reserves in action this evening under the direction of head reserves coach Mario Pinto. Mateo Santos, part of that coaching staff as well. Let's take a quick look at the starters for the Tornadoes. Mackenzie Tonks will get the starting goal. He's a sophomore from Hickory, North Carolina. Will Finney, part of that starting lineup as well, the freshman. João Fair, sophomore from Brazil, part of that starting lineup. As is Kadumo Clavel, freshman from Durham, North Carolina. Lamont Young, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, the sophomore, part of that starting lineup. Domingo, last name Domingo, first name Hayden Domingo, freshman defender. He will start, as well as Brandon Brugman, Johannes Belkrick, Martine Aguilar, Luke Norton, and Scott Douglas make up the starting lineup for the Tornadoes. Carlos de Oliveira, also a goalkeeper for the Tornadoes. We expect to see him in the second half. Mars Hill starters are as follows. James Price will be the starting goalkeeper. He's wearing number 0. He's out of England, the sophomore. Caden Sheely, Amara Sidibe, Connor McConkey, Caleb Burley, Barrett Claprott, Thomas Bertlison, Riley Browning, Tristan Claprott, David Franquise, Alex Rulav Kaba, Connor Cecil, part of that starting lineup as well. So there's your starters. Tornadoes and Lions were just under 10 minutes from Getting things started here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. Stick with us. Lions and Tornadoes coming up shortly.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out at the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Islamel Family Field for reserves men's soccer action. Mars Hill versus Brevard. These two teams met in the season opener. A 2-1 win for Mars Hill. And the Tornadoes looking to even the score here. Got a little bit of information that Mars Hill has the opportunity to clinch the area reserves title with a win. And if the Tornadoes win, there may still be some unfinished business in terms of that title. So, final huddles for the two teams, and we're just moments away from getting started here, Tornadoes and Lions. So the Tornadoes will move from right to left on your device in the white jerseys with the blue shorts, blue numerals, and the Tornadoes will start with the ball. Meanwhile, Mars Hill with the blue jerseys in the white shorts. So Tornadoes getting things started here. Play down the left wing. Look like Kadumo Clavel on the move there. So underway now, just getting started, opening moments of this one. Goalkeeper for Mars Hill, James Price. And he's going to put it down on the turf and use his feet here. And plays a long ball. And then a handball there on the Tornadoes. So back the other way, Mars Hill with first free kick of the game. Well played there, and might have gone off a Tornado defender. But bottom line is into the grips of Mackenzie Tonks, the starting goalkeeper for the Nados. Zhao Fair with the throw-in, and referees insisting that he backs up about 5 more yards and does this all over again. Plays it forward in the direction of Young. And that'll bounce out of bounds. Mars Hill ball on the throw-in. And same situation there where the player trying to throw in the soccer ball has to move back and back into grips of Price. Nice job up in the air there by Bickrich, freshman from Munich, Germany. And Tornadoes now deep in the attacking zone. With a throw-in once again, it will be Fair. Sophomore out of Brazil. And he was looking for Young. Long throw-in, ends up in the grips of Price. So Price has had an active start to this one, just over 3 minutes. Now Mars Hill is starting to get organized. Riley Browning in the midfield. Here's McConkey. McConkey up ahead. And Ruvalcaba, junior out of North Wilkesboro, on the attack. And that'll be first corner kick of the game. Thomas Bertelsen. He's out of Denmark. So much like the varsity rosters that we see from these two teams, the reserves with an international flavor as well. Quick throw in here for Mars Hill. Claprot plays it forward. Here's Bertelsen. Claprot, freshman from Boston, Massachusetts. Nice possession by Mars Hill here, and a flick on, and that was a near miss. So a significant attack there. Looked like Ruvalcaba student section here at Brevard starting to get animated. It's fall break here at Brevard College. However, all the student athletes from the fall sports as well as the men's and women's basketball teams on campus. Workouts, games in the cases of the fall teams. And certainly what you're watching right now, men's soccer reserves action. This will be a throw-in once again for Mars Hill. It'll be Caden Sheely. He's the junior from Shelby. Just down the road, Shelby, North Carolina, on your way to Charlotte. Doing everything in his power, Ruvalcaba trying to keep that in bounds. However, it'll be a goal kick for the Tornadoes, and Tonks quickly puts it into play. Frankie's getting it going for Mars Hill. And then a shot there fired off by Riley Browning. So Mars Hill, some early opportunities here. Now another corner kick. Claprot will handle that. And that's going to be a goal for Mars Hill. Just like that, the Lions with an early 1-0 lead. So the Lions able to strike first. And Tornadoes will need to find an equalizer somehow. Meanwhile, here come the Lions. Bertelsen. Here's McConkey. Up ahead to Burley. Here's Scott Douglas. Here's Mars Hill on the attack once again. Already up 1-0. Sheely. Franquise. Well defended there by the Tornadoes. On the defensive end there, nicely done. Martin Aguilar, he's the freshman from Mexico City, Mexico. Injured player, meanwhile, here on the near sideline, out of play. And stoppage of the clock. Referee seeing if indeed there will be a substitute here. At the moment, 10 players on the field for the Tornadoes. Now here comes the substitute. So Jesus Martinez has checked in. As cross there is collected by Tonks. Martinez, we've seen him throughout his career on the varsity side as well. And great to see Jesus in action, the senior from Hendersonville, East Henderson High School. Meanwhile, free kick here for the Tornadoes, so an opportunity. Belkert, the exciting freshman from Munich, Germany. Mars Hill defensively holding the Tornadoes right around the 18-yard box. This is sent into the goal mouth. There's a collision between the goalkeeper and a Tornado attacker. That was Brandon Brugman, the freshman. And it's going to be a foul on the Tornadoes with the contact on the Mars Hill goalkeeper. So free kick for Mars Hill, and they'll reset, but compelling opportunity there off the free kick of the Tornadoes. Injured player who subbed out was Lamont Young Jr. He's getting some care from the athletic training staff, and meanwhile, Jesus Martinez checked in for him. And here's Martinez right on cue. Martinez turns, fires away upfield. Brought down there by Kadumo Clavel. Mars Hill holding on to a 1-0 lead. Just under 12 minutes have elapsed in this one. Exciting time in the world of sports. NFL and college football in full swing. Major League Baseball. Glad you're able to fit us in as well. Brevard College reserves men's soccer that's headed wide. Mars Hill continuing to exert some pressure on the offensive end. That header came from Franquise. Coach had indicated that Franquise was coming off an injury. Didn't think he would be available, but ends up getting the start. Start of the NBA, NHL seasons now underway as well. In fact, someone pointed out in the sports world, tonight's the equivalent of the sports fall equinox. NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, MLB, and MLS all in action. "13 minutes have elapsed here, 1-0 Lions. You're watching men's soccer reserves action. Regular season finale for the NATOs. This is played forward. Turned there by Browning. Nice job with a 50-50 ball there by Luke Norton. Now Norton hustling back along with several Tornado defenders. Mars Hill trying to create a counterattack. Bertelson on the move. Douglas takes it away. Cleared out in the direction of Martinez, but that's going to bounce out of bounds. Mars Hill throwing. Mars Hill's done a nice job possessing the soccer ball thus far this evening. Here's Burley. Getting a lot of players involved. That was McConkey playing it forward from his defender position. And foul there on the NATO, so it's going to be a free kick for the Lions. Burley and also Claprot in the vicinity there. Looks like it'll be Burley. He tees up the ball. Three-man wall, make it a four-man wall now for the Tornadoes. And Burley tries to go up over the wall. The shot goes high. And it'll be a goal kick for the NATOs. Played out of bounds there, but off at Lions, so it's going to be Tornadoes throw in on the far side. Martin Aguilar is handling those duties on that far sideline. Meanwhile, here comes the Lion trying to get something going offensively. And well done defensively, Jesus Martinez. making his presence known. .28 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here, half number one. Jow Fair puts it into play. Now Mars Hill on the move. Sheely taken away by the Tornadoes. Jesus Martinez once again with the takeaway. Will Finney getting involved up front that last offensive possession for the Tornadoes. Mars Hill with a 5-0 shot advantage so far. And 1-0 on the scoreboard. Brevard College football will be in action on Saturday, 3 p.m. Right here at Islamel Family Field. Hope you can make your way out here. If not, we'll bring you the action right here on this YouTube channel. Price clears it away for the Lions and flips the field. Now the Lions are going to have a corner kick. Aguilar tried to clear that away out of bounds, but it ends up going through the end line and a corner kick for the Lions. Claprot will do the duties. Freshman from Boston. With the right foot, puts it into the goal mouth. And a dangerous situation there from the Tornadoes' perspective. Has a shot there off the header. Flying in there was Riley Browning, junior from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Home of Dale Earnhardt. Mars Hill able to win the ball in the midfield and now plays it forward. Martinez. Martinez again takes it himself this time. And now Martinez, very nicely done there, keeping that alive, was Burkridge. Now he is down on the turf. Belkridge, really well done, that work there with Martinez. And looks like he's going to be okay and stay in the game as he shakes it off. Meanwhile, Martinez has been a spark since entering this contest. Back to action here. Under 25 minutes to play here, half number one. Battle there for the ball. Mars Hill comes on the winning end of it. And that'll be another corner kick. So several of these in the early going for the Lions. This time pushing up to take the corner kick once again will be Claprot. Comes back from a defense or defensive midfield position to come up and take these corners, and he has been putting them right into the danger zone from the Tornadoes' defensive perspective. Tornadoes have to be careful giving up all these corner kicks, and you can tell Mars Hill able to put those into play effectively. Another sub coming here for the NATOs. So Riley Freeman checks into a nice ovation from the crowd. Fan favorite. Senior from Clinton, South Carolina, Clinton High School. Just over 23 minutes left. Shot there with the left foot. Ricochets off a Tornado. Like Scott Douglas was there defensively. Meanwhile, another shot. That was fired off by the Lions from distance. A couple more subs coming here. And so multiple subs for the Lions, also 3 subs for the Tornadoes, and what a shot there, and what a save, meanwhile, by Tonks, diving to his right. And an acrobatic save from Tonks. Sophomore from Hickory. Hickory, North Carolina. East on I-40 from the Asheville area. (21 minutes, 35 seconds left). Mars Hill with a 1-0 advantage. Will Finney for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, here come the Lions. Bertelson on the attack. Shot number 10 for Mars Hill. So they've been exerting some pressure offensively. However, Tornadoes have been able to limit them to just 1 goal. Tornadoes need to get something going on the offensive end. Well played there by Browning to regain possession for the Lions. 20 minutes remain, half number 1. .1930 left, open in half. Sub loosening up for Mars Hill. Christopher Neal getting ready to check in. Goal kick here for the NATOs. And Tonks will give it a ride. Travels about 60 yards. Will Finney for the Tornadoes on that left wing. Ball, however, ends up out of bounds. Goal kick for Mars Hill. Both men's and women's soccer action were here last night on this very field. As Mars Hill regains possession once again. Playing it forward here, up ahead to Bertelsen. Bertelsen to his left. Well done there. Big time tackle there by the Tornadoes. Zhao Fair. And a slide tackle there as Finney was on the move. Tornado faithful, little upset with some of the officiating on that last sequence. 17-12 to play here. Half number one. Just a couple subs getting set to check in for the Lions. Isaac Ritter. Also Christopher Neal. David Diaz. The trio of Lions ready to check in. Mars Hill trying to play it forward. And well done there defensively by the Tornadoes. Now trying to get a counterattack going of their own. Finney able to beat one defender. And looked like the referee may have had advantage going for a moment there. Now a warning to the Tornado bench. And no booking of any type. Now some back and forth as far as who should have the ball. Zhao Fair will do the honors, and now the referee will march off 10 yards to back up the defender from Mars Hill. So Fair will put this into play. Opportunity for the Nados. And I don't know if that's how they drew it up necessarily, but meanwhile, shot there for the Tornadoes. Jesus Martinez able to fire that off. Now 4 subs set to check in for Mars Hill. This looks like a shift change in hockey. Isaac Ritter, David Diaz, Christopher Neal checking in as well. And Jared Pott. $14-13 to play here, half number one. Different programs run their junior varsity or reserve teams in different ways, and Tornadoes have the reserves roster. Certainly the opportunity for a reserves player to be elevated to the varsity team. But for the most part, a set roster. And meanwhile, Mars Hill lists their entire roster, their varsity and their reserves team, all on one document with every player with a unique number. You see it both ways throughout collegiate soccer. Meanwhile, shot here, blocked. Oh, on the attack there, Tornadoes starting to flex their muscle a little bit offensively. João Fair, the Brazilian. And a corner kick here for the NATOs. Tornadoes wanted a handball in the middle of all that action. Meanwhile, back the other way, here comes Mars Hill trying to get a counterattack going of their own. You can see some of this just speed of Mars Hill. Max Gaither on that far side. Also the fresh legs of Christopher Neal. Neal out of Christiansburg, Virginia. 12 minutes to play and counting here. Subgan set to check in for the Tornadoes meanwhile. Brian Cardona getting set to check in. As this is played forward, Will Finney on the attack. Now sub for the NATOs. So Brian Cardona, the senior from Gastonia, North Carolina. Several seniors on this Tornado roster. They'll celebrate along with the varsity team's seniors on Senior Day. Jesus Martinez, Noah Martin, Scott Douglas, Brian Cardona, Riley Freeman, all part of that senior class. 10:35 to play here, half number one. Mars Hill 1, Brevard 0. Mars Hill scored in the early goings. Momentum has shifted a bit as the Tornadoes have had a couple more chances here in the later goings of this first half. Baldo Martinez in the action as well. There's Martinez. Baldo Martinez out of East Flat Rock, North Carolina. Not far from Brevard. Another East Henderson High School product. $9:45 to play here, half number one. Played very well in the air there by Hayden Domingo. One of those central defenders for Brevard College under the direction of Mario Pinto. So Tornadoes action across the world of Brevard College athletics. Tomorrow, men's and women's cross country. Heading to the Wildcat Classic. That's in Charlotte. And then Saturday, a loaded potato of Tornado athletics. Volleyball, they'll be on the road at Pfeiffer for a USA South quad match. Matches at noon and 2 versus Mary Baldwin in Southern Virginia, 2 neutral site games. Women's soccer will be up in Virginia at Mary Baldwin. Meanwhile, here come the NATOs once again. Finney on the left side. And looks like it's going to be another corner kick for the Tornadoes. Nope, actually, they're going to call it a goal kick, much to the dismay of the Tornado side. So we mentioned women's soccer at Mary Baldwin. Men's soccer's at Methodist. That's a 3 p.m. start. And then the Brevard College football team right here at Isla Family Field, 3 p.m. on Saturday. Come on out. Weather should be beautiful. And enjoy some action here at the newly expanded Isla Family Field. If you're not able to make it out here, you can check the game out right here on this YouTube channel. Corner kick there, so after all that back and forth, ultimately the corner kick did occur. Now what a counterattack here for Mars Hill, and that's a goal there for Mars Hill. And the celebration begins for the Lions after that goal. Max Gaither with the finish. So Max Gaither, the sophomore from Harrisburg, North Carolina. That was a impressive counterattack that happened in the blink of an eye. A quick strike from left to right on your device. And Gaither puts the Lions ahead 2-0. And back underway here. Tornadoes now in a 2-0 deficit. Just over 7 minutes to play. Half number one. Glad you're able to join us. It's great to see these Brevard College men's reserve soccer student athletes in action. Couple more subs getting set to check in. Meanwhile, for Mars Hill, Andy Sanchez, the freshman from Atlanta. Nana Apagay as well. Tiernan Ponder set to check in for the Tornadoes. Jeffrey Ham has joined the group at midfield also. He's the freshman from Orlando for the Lions. Just over 6 minutes to play now. A free kick for the Tornadoes. So another opportunity here on a set piece. And this is played right on goal. Interesting decision there. Play that on goal by Riley Freeman. So Tiernan Ponder has entered the match for the Tornadoes. Another big round of applause. Even saw some signage in the grandstand to celebrate Tiernan's entry. A lot of fun here on a Thursday evening. Meanwhile, another counterattack here once again for the Lions, and what a save. Big time save there for Tonks, as once again Gaither showing his skills, fired off that shot, and what a save by Tonks. Cleared out there by the Mars Hill defense. That was Beasley, freshman from Greensboro, Georgia. And a foul there. Mars Hill coaching staff not happy with that whistle. However, it'll be another free kick for the NATOs. Riley Freeman sending it upfield. Nice job there, continuing the action by Luke Norton. And a whistle here. It's going to be another free kick for the Tornadoes. Jesus Martinez with an opportunity to perhaps set up one of his teammates here. Mars Hill with 3 defenders. They're starting to back up as here comes the referee with the march off of 10 yards. So a 3-man wall to protect that near post. And Martinez is going to send this in, but right at the keeper. As Price made easy work of it there. .245 to play here, half number 1. Gaither once again, he's been very active firing that one off. 2:30 to play. Luke Norton fighting hard there in the midfield. And he's going to draw a foul, so it's going to be another free kick for the NATOs. NATOs push up offensively. And now here comes the kick. Riley Freeman once again sending it forward. Noah Martin, the senior, getting involved. Ponder with a good touch there as well. 80 seconds, half number 1. Throw in deep in the attacking zone here for the NATOs. Long throw in into the goal mouth, headed out. 1 minute remaining, first half. Nice job by Freeman there, clearing that out. And now, great ball up ahead. Martin setting up Finney. 30 seconds to play here, half number 1. Tornadoes trying to hustle here as the time elapses in the first period. Throwing now for Mars Hill. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Your score at halftime, Lions 2, Tornadoes 0. So Lions will take a 2-0 lead into the halftime locker rooms. And we'll have second half action just a little later. So stick with us here as we'll count down towards the start of the second half. 15-minute intermission. Lions 2, Tornado 0. Glad you're able to join us this evening at Isla Metal Family Field.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him. He would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say, I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
I got to Brevard College, I didn't know what experiential learning even was. We have all the rivers, Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, just all the resources are around us. So the location is why environmental studies is so great here.
With experiential learning, it's not always field-based. We do quite a few things in the lab as well, so you get opportunities to do hands-on research in the lab. But whenever possible, when you can get outdoors and see what's actually happening, it's different based on the conditions that are outdoors, and you can never predict those. So a day that it's raining and cold, you're going to see different activity levels among the animals and plants than if it's a day that's sunny and warm. The courses that I teach are all based in the outdoors. My specialty is biodiversity, so I teach a course in biodiversity, but I also teach courses that are unique to the area that are called Plants and Animals of the Southern Appalachians. Here at Brevard College, one of the things that we do really well is interact with these students who are undergraduates in a way that prepares them for graduate programs. That's what we can do at Brevard College. We can get these students who are interested in a particular area, help them find a path that is tying together their interest with what our background, the backgrounds of the professors can do, and then position that student in a way that few undergraduates can be positioned to go on to a graduate program or to go directly into the field.
Back here at Islamel Family Field for second half action, Mars Hill and Brevard. Men's soccer reserves action. Mars Hill with a 2-0 advantage. A 13-4 shot advantage. Two of those shots, one early in the first half, one late in the first half, found the back of the net. Mars Hill will be moving from right to left. They immediately try a long ball play off the opening kickoff. Now Mars Hill you can see kind of a burst of energy coming out of the halftime locker room for Mars Hill. Resting up those legs. Cold temperatures this evening. Even colder these last couple nights at this hour. However, currently 46 degrees. Clear skies. Overnight low just below freezing in the 30s. But clear skies. Great night for stargazing. .43 left to play here. Half number 2 just getting underway here, second half. Carlos de Oliveira now playing goalie for the Tornadoes men's soccer reserve team. Mackenzie Tonks had the start, sophomore from Hickory, North Carolina. He was able to have 3 saves, did allow 2 goals. A couple of those saves spectacular, dive to the right. Meanwhile, Carlos de Oliveira has entered the contest. He's a transfer from Southeastern Community College. Meanwhile, here comes Mars Hill, and right on cue, De Oliveira with the save. So save for the Tornadoes. De Oliveira, shot by Mars Hill. Shot number 14 of the match for the Lions. Update from the American League Championship Series and Major League Baseball. Just getting underway there. Game 2. Astros lead the series 1-0. Yankees 0, Astros 0. NBA, NHL underway as well. College football, NFL in full swing. And all sorts of excitement around Brevard College Tornado athletics as well, as we're approaching the finish line on the fall sports and ready to crank things up on the basketball side of things. The winter sports working hard during this fall break. Can't wait to get that Bosch rocking. Tornado tip-off, and then the start of men's and women's basketball season should be a good one, and I know the student body already fired up to get after it there in the Bosch. Throw in here for the NATOs. Brian Cardona. Looks like he's playing a bit of a right fullback position. Cardona, sophomore from Gastonia, North Carolina. And that's going to be a foul there. Little too aggressive there from Luke Norton, the junior from Edgewater, Florida. New Smyrna Beach High School. 39:45 to play here, second half. $39.12 to play here, half number 2. Saints and Cardinals getting underway from Phoenix, Arizona in the National Football League. And meanwhile, Tornadoes and Lions in action here at Islamel Family Field as the temperature continues to drop. Tornadoes trying to get something going offensively here. Owen Plukar now seeing some action. Here's Noah Martin. Noah Martin plays it off to Cardona. Cardona tried to play it forward to Martinez, but ball skipped out of bounds. And Martin battling for it in traffic there. Martinez then tried to step into it. Tornadoes starting to exert some pressure, but got to be aware of a counterattack. We saw this benefit the Lions before. Lions suddenly have numbers here on the attack. And that'll go out of bounds, however. Thomas Bertelsen, junior from Denmark, along that left wing. And multiple attacks there by the Lions. Tornadoes were able to stand tough defensively. David Franquise getting it done. Martinez. Here's Noah Martin. Martin was trying to switch the field there. He's looking in the direction of Will Finney. Martin once again with the takeaway. Martinez switching fields to Finney. Finney in a battle there. What a move by Finney along the left wing. Finney taking a couple of extra dribbles there, maybe one too many. And now cleared away by the Lions. Under 35 minutes to play here. Half number 2. And a foul there. That's going to be on Martinez. Nice display of sportsmanship there. Martinez helping up the Lion who he fouled. That was Tristan Clappert, junior from Boston. So Martinez and Clappert, nice display of sportsmanship, class. Couple subs coming in now for Mars Hill. Barrett Clappert checking in. So Kyle Beasley. Now sub coming in for the Tornadoes. Looks like Tiernan Ponder can set to check in. Also sub David Diaz. For the Lions. Meanwhile, corner kick here for the Lions. Tornadoes need to be careful here. There was a couple very close calls earlier. Now Lions with an opportunity, firing off a shot blocked at the end line. A goal-saving block there by Luke Norton. Martinez with a nice step. Lions take it back, however, and then a foul there. That's going to be on Norton. That's might even be a booking of some type. And yes, a yellow card there. Just too egregious of a foul. But Norton had a goal-saving rather. Tornadoes are down 2-0, but a goal-saving play there on the end line on that corner kick. If he wasn't there, right place, right time, it would be 3-0 Lions. Meanwhile, free kick here. Barrett Clappert. And Norton actually checked out after the card as Tiernan Ponder entered the contest. Tiernan Ponder, big fan favorite around these parts. Freshman from Julian, North Carolina. Southeast Guilford High School. Cardona getting ahead on it. Meanwhile, there's Ponder right on cue. Nice job using his body defensively. Meanwhile, here comes Mars Hill. Bertelson wearing that captain's marker. Under 30 minutes to play here, regulation. Tornadoes and Lions. Subkin set to check in for the Nados. William Perryman be our first look at William. Early score from the NFL in the first quarter, Saints 7, Cardinals 0. Gabriel Duarte also ready to check in. And here come the subs for the Tornadoes. So Perryman and Duarte check in. Jesus Martinez checks out, as does Owen Plukar. Plukar, by the way, measures at 6'5", the native of Minnesota. Under 28 minutes to play. Brevard and Mars Hill's men's reserve soccer, second meeting of these two teams this year. And appreciate you joining us. See these Western North Carolina-based student athletes. Mars Hill, Division II. Well, the Tornadoes, of course, in NCAA Division III. The varsity men's soccer team will be back in action this weekend at Methodist. That's in Fayetteville, North Carolina, way on the east part of the state. And then back here at Islamel Family Field, you won't want to miss this one as next conference home game for the Nados men's soccer team. Tornadoes hosting Greensboro, 7 o'clock under the lights. And then Senior Day, Saturday, October 29th for men's and women's soccer, as well as the reserves program will be honoring those seniors also. So hope you can join us for that. bctornadoes.com for all your schedules, news, stats, and information. And another goal for Mars Hill, meanwhile, as a celebration at midfield. And goal there for Mars Hill. David Franquise. Franquise, kind of a last-minute starting lineup decision. Information we received is that he was just coming off an injury. And what a return. Now 3-0 Lions. Played forward here. Kyle Beasley taking control of matters. Well, be sure to follow the Tornadoes on social media at BC Tornadoes on Instagram and Twitter. Brevard College Tornado Athletics on Facebook. And, of course, this YouTube channel where you're watching this contest. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell. That way you'll receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live. Fall break this week. Tornado Talk weekly talk show featuring Brevard College Tornado Athletics will return this coming Monday at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, cleared out there by the Lions, another counterattack opportunity. They got all sorts of numbers here. And along the left side, this is played forward to Diaz. Diaz cuts to his right, fires away wide. Shot number 19 for the Lions. So Sanchez checks in. Great to see several members of the Brevard College women's soccer team in attendance, cheering on this reserve squad. Also, some members of the varsity team. See Sam O'Callahan in the house. Some alums, including Adam Spencer, in the building. Nice turnout for the NATOs and Lions. This is played forward along the right side. Martin is on the move there defensively. Sidibe, he's from France. .23:40 to play here, second half. It's been all Mars Hill. Cleared out there. Sub here for the Tornadoes, Baldo Martinez.
Can't get away from this guy.
So Baldo Martinez has entered the match. Native of East Flat Rock, North Carolina. Subset to check in now for the Lions, meanwhile. Back underway here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Lions 3, Tornadoes 0. And whistle there. And it'll be free kick for Mars Hill. Subset to check in for the NATOs. Pietro Moratelli. Mars Hill trying to get some possession going once again. A lot of Tornadoes back defensively, however. And a whistle there. This may be a penalty kick. We'll see what the ruling is here. Several Tornadoes pleading their case. Zhao Fair. And it's going to be a penalty kick indeed. The foul occurring in the penalty box. And we're going to have a square off here between Carlos de Oliveira, goalkeeper for the Tornadoes, and Alex Ruvalcaba. Ruvalcaba takes 4 steps and goes to the left's right post, and diving to his left is Oliveira. Looked like Oliveira got a hand on it. And big-time save. That energized the crowd here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Meanwhile, subs coming for the Tornadoes. So Scott Douglas, Martine Aguilar, and Pietro Moratelli, England, Mexico, and Brazil. And do want to give a shout out to Pietro Moratelli and Scott Douglas. Both help us quite a bit behind the scenes, and in Scott's case, in front of the mic and in front of the camera with the sports information and communications operation media team here at Brevard College. And cool to see them on the field and us cover them as athletes this evening. Scott Douglas and Pietro Moratelli. 17:45 to play here, quarter number 2. In fact, early next week we should be debuting a brand new television program here at Brevard College, Tornado Spotlight, hosted by Scott Douglas. Long-form sit-down interviews, different personalities here on campus. And that debut episode is with head men's soccer coach El Dana. Great conversation. They actually used the backdrop of the men's soccer locker room. Real beautiful layout there within the athletics field house here at Brevard College. And keep your eye out for that. It'll debut on this YouTube channel early next week. $16.50 to play here. Quarter number 2. Here's Scott Douglas right on cue, and Douglas is fouled. Now, this one looks like it occurred just a couple yards outside the box, so it will not be a penalty kick situation. However, this is a very intriguing part of the field for a set piece for the Tornadoes. And stop of the clock there. Tiernan Ponder. And we'll see what the Tornadoes have planned here. Pietro Moratelli. And Scott Douglas standing over the soccer ball. We just mentioned these two members of this media team here at Brevard College, and now they're conspiring on how to approach this free kick, and it's going to be Moratelli, it looks like. A 4-man wall for Mars Hill. Make it 5-man. Make it 6-man wall for Mars Hill. 7-man. Just about the entire roster starting to get in position here defensively for Mars Hill. A couple of the Tornadoes, including Scott Douglas, creeping into that wall. A 7-lion wall, and Pietro Moratelli teeing up the free kick. Several Tornadoes being held onside right where that wall is. And here's the kick from Moratelli. Moratelli! A beautiful effort there, trying to go upper left corner. And looks like the goalkeeper got a hand on it, punched it over. But what an effort by Moratelli over a 7-man wall. Meanwhile, checking in for the Tornadoes, another sub here. Corner kick here for the NATOs, and header there. Big effort there. You can feel the momentum for the Tornadoes suddenly picking up. That was William Perryman, freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, going up high. "15 minutes left to play. Cleared out here by the Tornado defense. And actually a great ball there, meanwhile. Right to the feet of Perryman. Now Douglas trying to exert some pressure. $14:20 to play here, period number 2. Back the other way. Here comes Gaither. Gaither had a spectacular goal in the first half. 14:08 to play here. Second half. Lions on the move again. David Diaz. That's going to be a corner kick once again for the Lions. They've had several of these. Well, last night right here at Islamel Family Field, a doubleheader, women's soccer, a 1-0 win for the Tornadoes over Salem in conference play. Grace Black with the game-winning goal in the 18th minute. And then the men's soccer team, the varsity team played last night as well under the lights. 8 p.m. start for them. And who else but Ryan Lynch with the game winner there. 11 goals this season. Assist from Kawe de Santos. And Lynch, just a few games back, broke the all-time record here for goals. We had a post-game interview with Ryan Lynch, and actually the player who he surpassed on that record holder list, Adam Spencer, was actually broadcasting the game with Scott Douglas, and then they had the chance. What a moment up here in the new press box as Lynch came for his post-game interview, and Spencer passed the baton to the new all-time goals leader here at Brevard College. Meanwhile, checking in for the Tornadoes, another sub here. Johannes Beekridge back in the game. He left the game a little shaken up back in the first half. He's the freshman from Munich, Germany. Meanwhile, clock stopped here, 12:49 to play. Tornadoes reserves men's soccer team under the direction of Mario Pinto, Mateo Santos, the assistant coach. Both those coaches with significant backgrounds, very prolific players, and both hailing from Brazil. 12:35 to play here, half number 2. Now, of course, this year is a World Cup year. That'll occur this winter, and already a lot of buzz around the Brevard College soccer program between all the countries that are represented. Talking about organizing some watch parties on campus, and be a lot of fun once the World Cup gets going here, Brevard College style. 12:03 to play here, period number 2. Mars Hill with the 3-0 advantage. Tornadoes have had a couple opportunities, most recently a free kick from Pietro Mortelli. A couple more subs getting set to check in for the Nados. Jesus Martinez, Noah Martin. So Martin and Martinez check in. A couple of the veteran Nados in this soccer program. Both seniors. They'll be honored on the 29th. Martin out of Shelby, North Carolina, Shelby High School. And Martinez from just down the street, East Henderson High School. .40 to play here. Martinez. Fresh legs coming off the bench here. Through ball there to Douglas. And Douglas, another nice example of sportsmanship there between the goalkeeper for the Lions, Price, and Scott Douglas. Price has played the entire game in goal for the Lions. Tornadoes have used 2 goalies this evening. Mackenzie Tonks played in the first half. Carlos de Oliveira in half number 2. .30 and counting. Very nicely done there. Some beautiful soccer from Martin Aguilar, the freshman from Mexico City for the Tornadoes, showing some of those skills. Now Martinez, tackle from behind, no whistle. Meanwhile, Tornadoes keeping control here. Moratelli playing it forward. Now a battle. Martinez getting after it. And out of bounds there. Martinez was really fighting hard there against Christopher Neal. Meanwhile, another one of those hockey-style shift changes for the Lions, and sub here for the Tornadoes as well. So Sergio Diaz-Gonzalez has entered the match. Diaz Gonzalez out of Louisiana. 7:35 to play here. Half number 2. (3-0) Mars Hill, a 21-6 shot advantage. Temperature currently 45 degrees here, Brevard, North Carolina. Clear skies. Certainly crisp here on this Thursday evening. Played forward along the left wing there. A nice tackle by the Tornadoes. Those are those fresh legs of Diaz Gonzalez. Really nicely done. Louisiana, the Bayou. .618 to play. Well, do want to congratulate the Brevard College cycling program. 3rd place finish in the national championships in the overall team standings. Highest finish by any team on the eastern half of the United States. And an individual national championship for sophomore Cole Punchard. Punchard winning the individual Omnium for best overall rider. That all went down in Durango, Colorado. And Tornadoes have returned back here to the mountains of western North Carolina after another successful mountain bike national championships. On to cyclocross season next. Meanwhile here, Brevard College men's soccer reserves team still looking to get on the board, down 3-0 to Mars Hill. Under the lights at Lamel Family Field. If you haven't had the chance to get out here to Brevard College, perhaps you're alumni who hasn't been here in a while or just want to check out the campus, some significant upgrades in the last few years. The expansion of Lamel Family Field, including grandstands, a new press box where we're gratefully broadcasting from. The new athletics field house, locker room space for multiple sports, classrooms, coach's office, exercise science, laboratory, athletic training, satellite office as well. New dorms have been built also in the Villages area. Exciting times and kind of a funny scene over on the Mars Hill sideline as the pizza has been delivered directly to the team during the game. We have 3:35 left, and the pizza delivery literally being dropped off mid-game to the visiting teams from Mars Hill. And another goal there for Mars Hill, so now 4-0. So goal there. we believe we weren't able to pick up that number and all that traffic, but I believe it was Christopher Neal with the finish. So now 4-0. .248 to play here, second half. Pizza has been delivered. Mars Hill with a 4-0 lead and coming towards the home stretch here. Well, glad you're able to join us for this men's soccer reserves matchup. Great to see these student athletes. These student athletes, a big part of this men's soccer program here at Brevard College. Any success that comes from the varsity team, these players have a part in it, as here's Mortelli. Mortelli lays it off to Douglas to his left. Douglas now up ahead. Trying to use Noah Martin on that far side. Just over 2 minutes. Corner kick here for the Nados as we go under 2 minutes now. And a spectacular effort there. Martinez got a foot on it after the initial play forward. Now, offsides the call. We have not seen many offsides this evening. And the Lions get nabbed for offsides, because that would have been a one-on-one opportunity otherwise on a counterattack. Meanwhile, we're just over a minute to play. One minute remaining. So 1 minute remains here at Islamel Family Field. Mars Hill 4, Brevard 0. Yeah, hat tip to the men's soccer reserve program. A lot of hard work this season. Not the way they wanted it to end here, 4-0 to Mars Hill, but good work by the team all year long. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Your final score at Islamel Family Field, Lions 4, Tornadoes 0. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Men's Soccer. Hope to see you back here this weekend for football at 3 p.m. right here at Islamel Family Field. And congratulations to both these teams, Mars Hill and Brevard College, on successful seasons. Have a very pleasant rest of your Thursday evening. Drive home safely. Go Tornadoes. So the Tornadoes fall 4-0 to Mars Hill. Some good soccer we saw from both sides. Mars Hill just a little too potent on the offensive end in particular. And a lot to be proud of for both these teams as far as this past season of reserves men's soccer. Well, we'll be right back here at Islamel Family Field on Saturday for the big football game against LaGrange, USA South Conference action. And men's and women's soccer will be back in action as well next week. BCTornadoes.com for all your schedule, stats, news, and information. At BC Tornadoes on Instagram and Twitter. Brevard College Tornado Athletics on Facebook. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Well, glad you're able to join us. Really appreciate you tuning in for this edition of Brevard College Men's Soccer Reserves Action. Appreciate the reserves team being very helpful in pregame for us to get prepared for this broadcast, and thank all those behind the scenes as well. Shania Hauser, Aisha Short, Logan Southern, and Joseph Marvin pushing all the buttons. Your final score for the final time, Reserves Men's Soccer, Mars Hill 4, Brevard 0. Go Tornadoes.